Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to StarRupture. We're on Arcadia 7. Raptura is looking a little bit busy, the sky's getting a bit angry, and we've unlocked something. So the plan today, that building over there contains a blueprint. I've been taking out some stragglers around here. I'm not really into combat so much, so I want to get that blueprint. And I want to do that after the rupture, so this place is nice and quiet. But I'm going to challenge myself a little bit, because if we go further up this way, there's another location with a blueprint. And I want to try and get up to that location, get that blueprint, and get back here before the world regenerates. And I'm going to be doing it in the smog, so we won't be able to see much. It's going to be tricky, and I have a medicine that I can take that's going to triple my energy regeneration. So hopefully that'll help me go a little bit faster, but I need to get there, get that blueprint, maybe clear out a little bit, and then get back here before these guys respawn. If they respawn, I have a bit of a safe haven because I have loaded these guys up with a bit of ammo. But there's a Goliath in here somewhere, and I'm not really fond of them. I haven't really mastered the sideways dash yet. Keep pushing the wrong button and sliding. But yeah, that is the plan. So we're going to wait for the rupture, and while we're waiting for that, we have unlocked something from the Griffith Corporation, and that's an inventory upgrade, which is fantastic. So if we have a look at our inventory now, I got another row. Lots and lots of space. So I'm taking lots of ammunition with me, just in case. I might need it when I get back. I've got some building material. I have food, drink, medicine stuff, and a core, just in case I need to build something somewhere. But that's it right now. We are waiting for the rupture to happen. And as soon as we're able to, we're out of here, going in that direction. Anyway, there's a lot to do today, so let's get stuck in. Well, this is a good way to start. We have the rupture going on right now, and it's going to just come in and obliterate everything. There's our... oh, there was a base over there. Okay, so while that's happening, we are busy with Selenium Corporation. We are putting synthetic silicon into the cargo launches, and we are aiming for the mega press. That is underway. The rest of the stuff, not really that concerned about right now. I'm just waiting for this cooldown to happen. And there it is. Right. So before I cool this, I'm going to take this energy boost chew. Triples natural energy regeneration. Use that. It's a buff. Gives me a little bit of toxicity. Not concerned about that. Let's make a run. We have places to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is head over through this arch. Now normally there would be baddies over here. Jump up to this. This is not the build, that's the building. Although there are things here, so I'll grab if it's not out of the way. And then we can hop in here. There's stuff on the floor. Not taking it. Go up the ladder. Actually put the torch on. Yep, taking that. Body, take that. Little box. Yeah, I need both of those. Those are nice. And then there's another ladder with a message. Not interested. And there. Okay. Electronics blueprint. Done. Right. Now I need to head out around that mountain. And I'm gonna follow the edge of the mountain for now. It's going to be difficult to see our next location unless things have cleared up a little bit before we get there. But as you can see, my stamina regens super quick. So if I just stop running for a sec, boom, that is certainly going to help. And I see there's a geoscanner up top. I'm not going that way. I'm carrying on down through this valley, and we'll see some really good titanium deposits. Oh, I didn't want to get too distracted, but there's some of these oxalops here as well. I think I'm going to grab them. And there's another geoscanner up on this side. More oxalops. And I'm trying to gauge... ah, there's the place I want to go to. So if we go to the map, I'm up there. Right, let's go. Now this would normally be an infected location with the blue jobs. They'll be there, so I'll destroy them. There's lots and lots of titanium around this area. So if you want to have a factory doing lots of titanium items, this is the place for it. And there's a nice flat area to build as well. I'll show you on the map when we come down. Right, so you have to go all the way around the back of it, and then we'll run up and we'll start taking out the infected bits until we stop hearing the noises that they make. And while we're up here, we can grab... oh, what am I getting hit with? We've got the chemical blueprint and a couple of other items. Well, let's see. There. And there's one over there. I have no shield right now. There's another bit. If you listen hard, you can hear them, but they are not... It's not exactly clear where they are. Okay, tablet, dude. Right. There's one somewhere close. Ah, there it is. Oh, somewhere down here. What am I hearing? Maybe underneath on this side? Oh, I'm not exactly sure where this is. I don't really want that. Oh, there's a body down here, so I will grab all of his stuff. Did I miss one up here somewhere? Oh, no, there it is. That is not all of them, though. Sounds very much like there's something like inside or on the roof. No, not there. Man, it sounds like I'm directly on top of it. It's definitely over that way somewhere. Now I'm wasting time. I need to get back. Thing is, it would be nice to get rid of all of them. Anyway, that's one of those things. We will come back here one day. I need to get back to my safe location before things get green, and I think I might be too late. Everything's turning green already. I took too much time trying to look for those infections. Anyway, this will get interesting. And I came back on a slightly different route around the back of the building that I went and got the blueprint from. And even though I messed around, it does look like I'm going to get back on time. And there you go. I'm back safe and sound, and it hasn't regenerated fully yet. And other than a few bits and pieces and things lying around, I got what I wanted. So the location, we got the electronics. Yeah, we're stable now. Right. So the location that we got our electronics blueprint from was in this building. The triple-story building in this dodgy area. This is where that sulfur deposit is. This is where I have my synthetic silicon factory and my forward base. So there are a couple of unknown locations on that route. That was the route back because I went out, I headed up to the northeast, then down to the southeast and around the back of this little mountain, which has a blue haze around it because it has infected nodes, and you just get rid of those nodes, and that is where I found the chemical blueprint. So we are sorted, for a little while anyway. I don't see any baddies around yet. Never mind. They do tend to spawn again in places, but it's okay. We don't have to worry about that. We can head back. And I think I'm going to... Let's just scan this area because there were quite a few things in here. I did come through again and took out a whole bunch of them. So I'm kind of hoping there aren't any. And we can quickly dash in here because these sulfur things or whatever they are, they're pretty important and very rare. And also difficult to get. But we got them. Just to confirm, they are called soul hearts. I'm just going to pop over here, see if there are any more of these guys left around the corner. And if there are any more of those spikes that will give us those fruits. A little difficult to see. Possibly over there. Yeah, that'll hurt a lot. It's not too far from an edge though. Hold on, where were they? Ah, there. Maybe I can give it a shot. Let's just make sure I'm not going to get attacked by anything. Oh, wow. So it looks like there's another 2 in there. Yeah, what the heck, let's do it. Lots of warnings, and we are in and out. No harm done. Good, start here. So we're back at our silicon factory, and this is where I have everything set up. One thing I don't have, which would be important, is the regeneration chamber. So I've assigned myself to it. And then we probably have a few things to drop off. So, ooh, that's nice. 14,000 data points from 2 of those frame memory modules. Claim that. There's another 2,000. Geez, the numbers are getting big. And there's another 3,500. So we're up to 53,000 data points. Now, we could use those data points to finish these contracts if we wanted to, but I don't think that I'm going to waste my data points on those. Not now, anyway. I still need them for research, I think. Anyway, furnace. Head down, and there is electronics blueprint, which I have, and chemical blueprint, which I have. We can now do both of those, and they are done in a furnace. That means I only have 2 more recipes to unlock, the hardening agent and the supermagnet. Now, the supermagnet and the hardening agent need sulfuric acid, and sulfuric acid we cannot get at the moment, because under the Selenian Corporation, we're busy working towards the Mega Press. The Mega Press will give us the ability to automate building materials, ammo, and a whole bunch of other items. But only after I finish that one can I get to level 9, which will unlock the sulfur extractor and the refinery. So we've got a short time to wait for those. In the meantime, do I have a test furnace somewhere? It doesn't look like I do. I'll just stick one out over here. We can have a proper look at the recipes. Oh no, before I do that, I need to get those guys. These are the prism herbs. Another thing that you need for researching foods and the buff items. Right, back to where we were. I'll just pop a furnace down over there and we can go and have a look at those recipes. So, for the electronics we need synthetic silicon, we need inductors, and we need stators. Now I could do those at the main base, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to need to build separate factories for those items. And the reason being is because there's already a strain on those lines and I haven't unlocked the faster lines yet. The chemicals need synthetic silicon, wolfram powder, and helium-3. And that means that the location that we're currently in is a really good spot to make that. And I have some space. We also have synthetic silicon. We have helium, and we have wolfram. And it's all available to us right here. Now that means I'd have to do a separate little facility and then just have a line bringing some of these silicon items into that production, which will not be difficult at all. It's so easy, in fact, that I could start it now and get the wolfram powder built. Because I just add an extra smelter and furnace on, that's the wolfram powder done. And the helium is just take off this line that is currently not even being used because everything here is full. Anyway, so that's really, really easy. I think I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do it right now. So I'll start with a smelter right there, and then a furnace in over here. And then I'm going to need to adjust a line or two here. So what I'll do is I'll remove this one, and I'll have this feed into here so that I can bring this line out. And I can, I suppose, bring it out to, yeah, there looks fine. And then I'm going to do something a little different over here. I'm going to put the furnace in, but I'm going to point it back in this direction. That means that I can take this out, and I'm only going to do one furnace for this. We'll bring this line out, and let's see, we'll take it around this way, plug it in this side. The helium, we can put in a elevated connector over here, feed that into the middle, and then this line, we can bring it across, tuck it in underneath, and bring it up to there. So, perfect. So, I'm going to remove this piece of belt, get a connector in, middle mouse click, and elevate, and then reinstate this line across to there. Then this one, now this really should have been a different connector, so let's get rid of this. And we'll build the regular four-way connector, plug that in to there, bring this, that'll have to go, there'll have to be a connector over here, so there, and then another one over here. Plug that through to there, that across to there. This line can go in, this line can go in. I need a connector here for the wolfram powder, which will come out over this side. And then I can bolt that in to there, this across to there, and this line in. Brilliant. And all I have to do now is make sure that we have an output for this. And I'm going to immediately I think I'm going to send it into a storage. I might have had it one too far across, but no, actually it should be fine. The storage inputs, oh, why am I not able to do that? Colliding with another? Huh, it works there, but not there. Is it because of support? Maybe, oh, you know what it is. I think it's because there's a line underneath. Maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, I need to get myself a ladder. I'll just put it over there so we can get up. It looks like that is about the best I can do, although, yeah, I can't go this way either. Huh. Oh, I could go there. Alright, I'll give that a shot. Then I'm going to build an orbital thing, an orbital launcher, and that can go in. And I don't think I'm going to be able to build this line. No, I'm not. So I'm going to need to have an output that's elevated. So we'll do that, and then bring... Oh, hello, that doesn't want to work either. Well, that works. Okay, well, this is not permanent, so I'm not worried about that. And all we really need to do now is start setting recipes. So let's start here with wolfram ingots. Then there will need to be a line connecting this to there. This will be wolfram powder. Everything else is connected. Those all have their recipes. So this will be chemicals. And we'll see movement starting to happen. And then we can store chemicals in here and have this ready. I need to go and see what needs chemicals. So we'll go into the corporate station just after I have given myself some hydration and food. Right, let's have a look. Chemicals will get us to these LEMs, which takes us closer to the compounder. I'm not terribly in a hurry for that. This is still going on. I could have used electronics here, but that's fine. This needs battery or nozzle. This needs chemicals. And that will give us the greater infiltrator LEM and lead us to solar panels V2 and base core amplifier V2, wind turbines V2, another infantry upgrade. And then this one needs super magnets and nozzles. So that's not an option. So it looks like this is, oh gosh. So I don't know which one I'm going to choose. It's between moon energy and future health solutions. You know, I think at this stage the better generation, power generation would probably be better. So yeah, we're going to go with the Moon Energy Corporation on this one. You know what, although we could just go with helium for the Moon Energy Corporation, and I might do that. Nope, future health solutions it is. Right, so we have something not working, and that is because we don't have wolfram powder. Oh, right. Oh gosh. Wait, hold on. Let's see where I went wrong here. Because I'm sure I set that recipe, did I? I did. But it's not getting ingots. And why is it not getting the ingots? Because it's not getting... Oh, of course. I forgot to attach the input. So let's pop that in, then reconnect the line. That will go in there. And then this will work. Plug that in. And that should kick everything off. And before I set this one, I am going to let this container fill up a bit because I think we need some chemicals for research. But what I am going to do is I'm going to build an orbital cargo launcher. Let's see, where should I put it? Around there is fine. Add a belt to go in. Oh, is that the right line? It is the right line. And then come in here. Let's just check. This one only takes chemicals. It's the Moon Energy Corp that takes the helium. So the helium shall go. I'm sure that there's plenty of helium to send over. Well, we're getting chemicals. And they are going into storage. Perfect. And soon there will be an increase in helium coming over. There it is. And that'll feed into this. Alright, then we're underway with a couple more contracts. Okay, now that that's all going, let me go and see how many chemicals I needed. I can't remember if I even needed them. But we'll check. Alright, so recipe station. No, it's not that. Oh, it is. We need 600 to get closer to unlocking the super magnet. There's no blueprint for that one. We just need to get past the sulfur. So I'm going to make sure that I get those 600 chemicals before I attach it to the contract. And they do go a little slowly, so this might have to be another facility somewhere else again. And we might need... Well, this is actually a perfect balance for the wolfram powder. That's working perfectly. And we obviously have a spillover of the silicon. We've got lots of that being produced. And that storage is full, and it's being sent to the base where there's a full storage. Cool. You know, as a measure, I could actually send... I'm just having a bit of a thought. Now, things are fairly quiet at our main base because we aren't doing many contracts and everything's full up. I am making inductors and I am making stators. I'm taking synthetic silicon across there. So maybe I can get the electronics done over on that side at the main base without causing too many problems. I don't think I'm producing enough inductors, but I can find a place to make more and add them into that line later. And honestly, with most of these things, once you finish the contracts and the research for them, there isn't much use until maybe later down the line where you get another recipe that you need those items, and then those items, the same thing happens. So in the research station, there's our first 200 chemicals. We're at 80% towards getting the mega press, so we'll be able to automate our intermediate building material and maybe some ammunition as well, which would be nice because then we can send all of those items to faraway locations and we'll have easy access to them without having to run back to our main base. In the meantime, this is all operating not fully, but pretty well, and the belts are smooth. My biggest concern is the calcium powder, because normally you need a heck of a lot of that. But once the machines that use it are full, then the belts calm down. Yeah, we're good. And I have all the chemicals that I need for the research, so I can assign them to Future Health Solutions and let that go. And then in the research, just shoot in and drop those in there. That is done. Very little left to do for the furnace unlocks. Alright, how's the sky looking? Ooh, could be getting close. Not sure I want to take the chance of trying to run back right now. You know what, I'm wasting time. Let's take a chance and see if we can get back to main base. And of course along the way get distracted by things that we can pick up. Oh wow, really? This is not the time, guys, really? Alright, well, let's get out of here. Oh, I'm getting hits from everywhere. Where do these guys come from? I cleared this area out. Jeepers, there's a lot of them. You know what? It's time. No. Yeah. Let's just get the machine gun out. Alright, that's done. And there's a couple of those little... Yeah, obviously a good time to reload. Right, good. They're done. Although, there are a couple of bits to pick up. And there's some grubblers to collect. So I'll get them all. Super, and it looks like we'll make it back with a little bit of time to spare. Well, home sweet home. I think I'm going to go inside. I'm going to offload all the stuff I don't need to be carrying with me. And do some analysis. Not many points for those, but yeah, we'll take them. And I'm back to 132 war bonds. Well, let's see how far I can get with this build. I know that I'm bringing in the silicon over here. It is being used somewhere. Oh, it's for a contract. Right. And I have capacity, it's fine. I think the electronics only work every, or I don't know, it's like 1 every 5 seconds. We might need 2 silicon every 5 seconds. I think we can manage that. Let's get a furnace, and we'll line it up with the rest of the process. So I'm going to need to come one out from there. Oops, I can't do that. Why can I not do that? Right, let's try and put platforms down first. Yeah, I might need a support somewhere around here. I'll drop that in. And then... yeah, now there's no problem. So, furnace. I'm going to bring it out this way. I need to leave one slot, one gap, and put it in there. How are we looking? Good. Good. Right, connectors and belts. We'll grab this belt. That will go down. That'll go in, and I'll put another one in just for kicks. Then we're going to need outputs. Whoop. Okay, well, here comes the wave. Yeah, I think I'll just wait until the wave is over and then we can carry on with that. Now, there is one thing that I forgot to do with the chemicals, and that was in the basic item printer. We needed chemicals, another 400, for the power cell. We're going to need that power cell eventually, and I'm going to be forced to do combat. Because where that leads us, there's no escaping the combat. And that's it. Another one. Another rupture. Anyway, that's done. Looks like we can go outside again. So let's go. And I'm just going to extend platforms. We're going to need to go a bit further out over here, because we need to add this into the loop. So we'll just put all of these down. And then there'll need to be an output line over here. If I get it the right way around. Yep, like that. We can bring this line into there. That comes out. That's an out. And this is just going to swing back. I had these two incorrect. So that line comes across to there. This line goes into there. That to there. That to there. And just like that, with the inclusion of... oh, we've already got the silicon coming in. Silicon will be able to carry on through. Oh, all we need to do now is come over here and go, make me some electronics. And that should kick off a whole flurry of activity. Yep, there are the inductors. These are the stators. And this belt's going to be crazy busy for a bit. And we are getting electronics at a rate of 12 per minute. Cool, well, we don't really need that many, I don't think. We'll have to check the later machines and the later recipes. But for now, this is all good. It's not being demanded anywhere, so this will fill up. Maybe it's not a bad idea to give it a storage, but I don't want to clog things up because I might want to bring more items in. I don't think it's going to be a problem anyway. I've got lots of space to bring items in. Yep, let's get a storage up for this. And I'll put it right there. And then that belt goes in there. This is then set to the electronics. And the electronics will start coming in. Perfect. We're going to need them for that research. I'm going to head back over to the chemical place because I want to set that... Well, actually, I just want to pick up 400 of them and put them into the research so that we can make that power cell thing. And don't forget, you can always slide. While we're on our way there, I see on the map that there's a body down here. There's actually quite a few down here. Let's go and see if we can find them while everything is quiet. And I think they are mostly in the canyon. If we have a look at the map, this guy's got to be down here somewhere. And I remember that there was one that was pretty well hidden, so let's get the torch on so we can see what we're doing. I might need to jump from the top to get into that little crevice. Or build a platform. I don't think I got coverage, do I? Oh, I think I actually do. So we hop up there, hop up here, there he is. And we can grab all the goods. Nice. And remove this. I'll reclaim my one basic building material. There should be another one somewhere around here. He may be at the top, I don't know. Hidden around here, maybe. Well, I see one down there. Oh, and there's some stuff I can collect. More. And some food stuff. And grab everything of him. Some war bonds. Nice. There's another one straight ahead. There it is. Can't do anything with these. There's a pile of rubble over here. Oh, grab that. And head over. There's a tablet over here. It's time. And more war bonds, more food. And there's another one slightly further up. Oh, we could take that. And there he is. Alright, I'm going to head up. Now the other one, I'm not sure where he is. But there appeared to be a ledge over here. So I'm going to try and hop across. And we'll see if he isn't maybe on top somewhere. No, he is definitely down there. Unless he's over on that side. Let's go and have a look there first. Yeah, he's directly... Oh, there he is. There he is. And the planets are stable, and that means I'm going to have friends. I think I might have caused some trouble for myself. How do I get out of here? Let me get to a bit more of an open area. And I think that was the last one. I hope. Alright, well, he's done. Oh, we get back here just in time to collect more of these guys. No, they're not grown yet. Looks like we have a full container of chemicals, and I've taken them, and now we can go and pop those in the box. I might eventually, once that contract is finished, send those to the main base, just so it's easier. We can hop in here and go to the basic item printer, insert those. Cool, now we're just waiting for the electronics. And I've got a storage here. I'm going to take everything out of this storage with me. Except I don't really need this calcium powder. And I can throw a few things away. Claim. Well, that was it. And since I'm doing research, there is 35 that need to go in for the quartz building material. So I'll toss those in. And what the heck, let's get those as well. I can make these. I have a lot of quartz back at the base. That will finish off all the recipes for the basic item printer. And we have finished something. Oh, look at that. We got the mega press. Claim. Now we need impellers to go on to the next section. Impellers aren't too difficult if I remember. They are just titanium items. But that might need a separate factory. But now that we have the mega press, we have a whole bunch of new recipes to do. And for the intermediate building material, we need intermediate building material. We got those. We're going to need some more cores. I can insert the 10. I can insert the data points. Nozzles are going to be really important. So we're going to have to get that all sorted out. And then we'll be looking for some new blueprints. Turbine, valve, electromagnetic coil. So 3 more for this machine. But surprisingly, no requirement for chemical or electronics on these. Well, cool. I'll take it. but it does mean that there are a whole bunch of recipes that don't show up in there, and those are already unlocked. Anyway, let's go and grab some plants on our way back. And there's a whole bunch of serpent roots again. So I'm going to make sure that I grab all of it. And I think that's the last piece. Alright, let's see if any of the baddies have respawned around this area. No, all quiet. Looks like we're good. Right, I'm back, I'm offloaded. Got a couple of things to do. Ooh, hang on, I need to do those in here. Basic item printer, insert that. Perfect. We're waiting for the 400 electronics. I'll put my quartz ore back for now. Don't need that at the moment. And I'm going to do a mega press. Let's hop in our drone and let's see how we're going to do this. So I think I'll come through over here. I will leave a few spaces. I wonder if I shouldn't bring it back in that direction. Maybe. Yeah, I just don't want to do it too close, just in case there's other stuff I want to do. Anyway, we'll platform this out, and let's go and have a look at this machine. So, intermediate building material is still locked, but we can do ammo, heavy ammo, and the impeller. The impeller is definitely going to be made somewhere else. That needs quite a lot of stuff. Now, I could make one here, but I think that would overload my lines a little too much. But I want to get the intermediate building material done ASAP, so let's go and grab what we need for it. Alright, I picked up a few bits. Go to the mega press. Oh, that's right, I just needed some more cores for this. And I have some in here, so let's go and do that. And insert. Right, so that recipe is now unlocked. Then we're going to need 400 electronics for that one. Let's focus on what we're doing now. So here's the casings. Here's the glass, the inductors, and the basic building material. Now, I don't want this to ever empty. And that might cause it to empty, but you know what? It'll be fine. I do need to pick a couple of thousand of these up, just for now. And these don't need to be built terribly quickly. I don't need them all the time. I will expand my floor out to accommodate this new section. And I'm going to cause some temporary problems over here because I'm going to plug these two in. They will be... Ah, man, I got them all messed up. Alright, it's fine. I can bring them out the back. So we'll put a junction in here and a junction in over here. That can go into there. This can come out and go in there. That into there. And then those two can go into, I think that port should be fine. Then this line only needs one, so I'll put it in line with that so it looks semi-decent. Pull that out, chuck it in there, and then feed that over into there. And then this one, we're going to feed it out of this side. I wonder if I'll be able to take it over. Oh, come on, let me take it over like that. Yeah, not neat, but it works. And then the output is going to loop around. And we'll put a storage box over here. What I might do is bring the basic materials across as well. Maybe tee off this line, make this all look a little bit neater. And bring that underneath to another box. Anyway, this one is completely wrong, so I'm going to move it. So one there, and I'll plan for the future and put that one over there. Actually, that will be the basic, that will be the intermediate. Right, and then we just need to bring a belt around, put that in there, and that belt can go in there. And then it's as simple as setting this recipe. Intermediate building material, and everything starts moving. And then we'll set this to be intermediate storage material, and we'll make sure that the first one comes through. And there they come. A nice flow of them as well. Fantastic. So we'll be able to pick these up when we need them. We're not going to need a lot of them. Not as much as the basic, but I feel like I could have done this better. Like maybe have a different type of junction here and plug it in so it's running next to it or something. Anyway, that's fine for now. Let's see. This is emptying at the same rate that it's filling, pretty much. Oh, that's good. That's fine. That'll work perfectly. This is going to fill up soon enough. And I don't really need my test furnace here anymore, so we can get rid of that. And expand my pad out this way. Now, I haven't left myself a lot of space, and I didn't do this entirely neatly, but I do eventually need to get mega presses in for ammunition as well. And I need to start working on all the researches. So let's put the cash in. Oh, I think I have some inductors. Yeah, that will almost finish that. So, yep, we need one more. We are making rotors, we are making stators, we are making electronics. So there are electronics needed down here. No chemicals though. Well, I'll spend some time collecting materials to throw in to get these researches done. But I do think I need to get the nozzles built pretty quickly. And I think I can do them over the hill in the valley. And let me just remind myself the reason for that. Right, oh, impellers. We need impellers. And actually we don't need to unlock it, that's already unlocked. That came automatically with the Mega Press. So you won't see it in here at all. But you will see it in the Mega Press. So if we pop over here quickly and we look at the recipes, yep, there's the impeller. And it uses wolfram, it uses stabilizers, heat-resistant sheets, and titanium rods. And that is used in turbines. Yep, it's going to be another big build to get all the stuff we need for the Mega Press. And I'm going to do that over the hill. We may have to import some calcium, but that won't be a problem. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to try and keep all of that stuff together because that needs a valve, turbine, impeller, sulfuric acid. This, on the other hand, needs other stuff. That might be a separate factory for the electromagnetic coil. Batteries, I don't know how many of those we need, but I could do them here and just bring back some sulfuric acid. And then the nozzles are needed for the valves, so those will also be over the hill. Alright, well, I've got an idea of what I'm going to do then. And look at that, we've got 1,000 intermediate building material. Very nice. Right, so over on the other side, I think I'm using, let's see, the one that's going very slowly. Yeah, this one. Moon Energy Corp. I think I'm using helium. Now, I'm making chemicals over there, so I should be using chemicals. Actually, you know what? I'm using chemicals over there for future health solutions. Alright, well, I'm going to have to let that run. It's going to go very slowly. Not a stress. And it's only going slowly because the amount that's needed. But as you can see, the numbers get big. 180,000 for the next Selenium Corp, and that uses impellers, so that's next on our list of things to do. And also because we need the sulfur stuff so that we can make sulfuric acid, which is needed in pretty much every recipe that we have going forward. And those two needed for the furnace. And then the Mega Press, that needs, and that needs. So yeah, quite a lot. And that's what we'll be working toward. Anyway, if you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Look at that. Almost 400 electronics. I need 400 in total, but we're obviously short of something. Oh yeah, the inductors are out. I'll have to keep an eye on why that's happening. I see they are being produced. I just think, oh yes, there's not enough of them because they are going to here for our intermediate building material. Alright, well, once that backs up, then it'll start working again. Some of it will go this way. I'm pretty sure that some will get here eventually. But let me know your thoughts. It looks like we've been attacked. Oh, well, before I end this, let's go and see what happened over there. Obviously, some creatures spawned in and are attacking my machine. Not ideal. If you look at the map, it doesn't actually show. It only shows cores. I hear you. Oh, it's blue boys. Alright, they're done. Oh, wait, is that all? Yeah, don't hear anymore. I can hold E to disinfect. And the infection will start going away and this machine will start working again. So yeah, in the next episode, we're going to start focusing on those impellers. Because they are the next stage and we need to get them sent up so that we can unlock the sulfur stuff. And that will take us to the next level. In the meantime, I can run over to the research station and go into the basic item printer and insert 300 of those, and soon we'll be able to make the power cell. And that is super important. It's also going to help us once we've used it where we need to use it. That is up in that big world engine, the Forgotten engine. We're going to have a way to travel super fast around the map. Anyway, that's for next time. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!